This I know is true. Peace and contentment, no need for resentment. This I found in you. This I found in you.
Quit all that capping before I knock off your hat. If I don't terminate my enemies, I'll be back. Got that pressure and Swisher Cola mixed with the yak. Bad bitch like Lisa Ray in the car, that's a diamond in the back. Woo! Flow so sick, I cover my mouth when I cough. My homies hit clubs with white ball like they out here playing golf. I'm still on this paper route, word to young Dolph. A king in these streets like Thornton, R.I.P. to Adolf. Michael Jackson on these niggas, listen, I'm a smooth criminal. Give her this D for her vitamins and minerals. Count on C, 100 Roman numerals. Salute me, general, lyrical killer. I'll pay for your favorite funeral. Big dog shit, on style, never bite. Shawty need a rough neck, I need a MC light. Got the game on lock in the heat of the night. Bitch, I talk a lot of shit and stay strapped, Charleston White. I'm tired of these niggas, sleepy hollow. My motto, get the 7 digits from my mama for $1 tomorrow. Word to Slim, what up? Said nobody listens to Eminem. Me, myself, and I is better than y'all and the rest of them. And I put that on G-O-D. I'm too dope for the world not to get high off me. And my homies too dope for you not to respect the OG. Hallelujah, shout out Crunch Your Black and Lil Chat on CT.
Yeah, hate these hoes, can't stand these hoes, these fake hoes make me sick. I don't trust these hoes ain't straight, these hoes so weak for dick. Anybody want some problems, hope quit playing, you don't want none, bitch. Super capping, think I'm rapping till you tossed off in the ditch. Don't need no friends, don't trust no king, y'all hoes ain't nothing but enemies. I help you hoes, I prep you hoes, but still y'all hoes gon' envy me. Lil' chat, I'm brutal, bitch, that's the reason for my distance. I love your kids, don't want your kids to see they man me missing. So I sit back and wishing I don't have to go on mission. Got these bitches out here, they insecure and they see me competition. But I'm chat, they scared with the mag. First hoe play, first hoe get jagged. First hoe play, first hoe get slapped. I don't take hands, I ain't giving no doubt. But I'm chat, they scared with the mag. First hoe play, first hoe get jagged. First hoe play, first hoe get slapped. I don't take hands, I ain't giving no doubt. Nice ass.
Boy, homie, kicking in the door. Lay on the floor. I need me some dough. Plenty hoes. Make them do a show and make them get down on the motherfucking floor. Bitch, you a bitch and you a hoe too. You can call your whole crew. Now what y'all gonna do? I'm in the game. I bring the pain. I shoot the thing. I'm gang. Run up on the lane. Real quick, smack them like a hoe. Treat them like a damn bitch. Ain't shit shaking around here. Cause we'll make a nigga go disappear. I bring the pain, no gain. Bitch.
But I know that there's more. More for you, more for us.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking that pandemic.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking that pandemic.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking that pandemic.
Say you love it, what you gon' do now? Hope you're ready, cause I'm really about to put it down. Girl, you know that I will never disrespect you. We love tomorrow, but tonight I wanna spank you. That ass, girl, gotta make it last now. Start off so, then I'ma beat it up.
He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands.
Check it out.
Dirty, yo. Let's done what Sean Paul again in the song. BMX and Dido, Mr. Fake, across the way and chop it. Yeah.
Here comes the boom. 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 Booming, bouncing, stalking, what's walking, hawking. The pouncing, you know every counter, hit him like a mountain, spit him out, spitting out blood like a fountain. Look at me like that, we just might fight black, and that fight might end up in me taking your life. That battle, go for the bulls, stop it down. The time is just too important to be fucking around. I stop a mud hole in your face, mother. Rip your butthole out of place, cock the Glock to your head, let off about 2 in it. Yeah, it's a dirty job, but I just love doing it. Here comes the boom, here comes the boom, here comes the boom, here comes the boom, here comes the boom. Here comes the boom, here comes the boom, here comes the boom.
Come on, yo, let's get them likes up, let's go.
Make them skin fry, my rub up the flies, but she talking
I'm feeling this day.
Try, make them skin fry, my rub up the flies, but she talking
From the dirty know them a tata, man a shatter, and I got a lot of power, well. Just them if I go on, my rough fly like star, make them a forget flatter.
Say this are the sweetest time.
No punk get murder, I only don't pick up the DMX and die down.
Enjoy the killing time.
Shot hotter than pepper, Mr. Clever, and me Glock it a go talk for me crew.
All gangsta you me want you hold your guns high. Don't get a pay your pussy cause a pussy not try. Make them skin fry, my row up the flies, but she don't think that this bye. Gangsta you me want you hold your guns high. Don't get a pay your pussy cause a pussy not try. Make them skin fry, my row up the flies, but she don't think that this bye.
Here comes the boom. 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 Here comes the boom.
I gotta go home for a second.
Here comes the boom.
Alright, check it out.
This is a We Got Next TNT exclusive.
Dream Team was good.
You got me wanna see the son of that dress, girl. Just got me dancing too close like a next song. Wanna come up here, we can go and get a
Y'all see the title. We going in.
Baby, I'm gonna handle that. Like a little girl scratch my back.
Hey, yo, peace. Talk about it.
Lord, mama got that dress on, and it's see-through, yup, biggie thumbs. She's so right, I can't go wrong. When she sexy walk, her shadow tag along. Look looking so good on the outside. I wanna dig deep in the insides. Up to the bedroom, we gon' slide. I ain't hoping that baby ain't got nothing to hide. She want me, I can see it all.
Let's get them lights up.
She bite her lips when I kiss and rub her
king
thighs.
is back
I'm
on.
a grown man, I know how the body rise. I touch a spot, I make her go off. In the bed, wrestling, old hoes ball. You like it rough, I knock pictures off the wall.
When you come in,
hot sex got it really
like
heating up. In
when
a
you go
boxing
out,
ring,
hit
so
the
I
like
beat
button.
it up.
You wanna see the son of that dress, girl? Just got me dancing too close like a Nexo. Wanna come up, baby, we can go and get our sex on. Turn it up, friction in the bedroom. We don't
let's go.
no more holding back. Baby, I'm gon' handle that. Like a little girl scratch my back. Screaming while I tap that.
Who that, we that, riding round with the top back. First off, I bought me a bag, so where the biddies at? Plus the Cartier at the wrist, that's the master frame. Let my chain talk for me, I don't say a thing. Shorty body's the same, so come on over. Couple bottles of champagne, I'm taking over. White tee, army fatigue, cause I'm a soldier. Don't think I'm out of your league, cause I'm a dope boy. Cute face, thin waist, and eye looking gorgeous. Big thighs, ass on Nicki Minaj's. I'm about to catch a body, I'ma take the charges. Her she thought I was a saint, I don't play for New Orleans. Yeah, I'm just a worldwide hitter on my future shit. I don't give a if they was real sisters. JT told me where to catch her at. Put a bug in the ear, I wanna tap that.
Wanna see the son of that dress, girl?
Put a bug in her ear.
Close like a
The sexy dude wanna tap that.
We can go and get our sex on. Turn it up, friction in the bedroom. We don't want it up. No more holding back. Baby, I'm gon' handle that.
Hey.
Like a little girl scratch my back.
Hey.
Screaming while I tap that.
Let's go.
Let me see what's under there. Pretty face, slim waist with the long hair. Shorty so mean, I don't wanna share. Wanna press her body up against mine. She my big body Benz, I wanna ride. So warm when I come inside. Let's go to the bedroom, showtime. Hot damn, she's so fine. Got her real nice off of red wine. Baby, open them legs, it's dinner time. Yeah, I'm all about mine. I don't see nothing wrong with the bump and grind. You know me, I keep it low key. When she grab the sheets, a flashback of me.
You heard me
And she
say.
love it when I tap that. What else? My techniques when I smash that.
Shout out to my cousin JT, the Source, one of the hottest producers out there. That's his work, along with Hoolie Shalom and Beast the Bully. Baltimore, stand up. I'm just saying. Baltimore, stand up. Now, what took me so long coming on is for one, I had to go get a shape up. I had to go get a haircut. I couldn't stand looking like that no more. You know what I mean? I couldn't stand looking rough and all that no more. So I had to go get beautified real quick, you know, and I'm about to get back on my schedule. I'm about to get back on my purification schedule. So, the first song that came on, you know, the cypher with the dude and then the lady and then the other dude, that was Dream Team's own Chris Starry. Go support his page, like, share, subscribe. Take his song, put it on your wall, share it out. He's going places. He's hot. So if you got something hot, send it to me. Send it to me. I will market the hell out of it. Send it to me. Shout out to my cousin JT again. Spoke with him today. I was proud to hear from my big cousin. He pretty much is climbing the charts. He's number 13 with another one of his songs that he got out. I'm like, God damn, nigga. I remember when you was in the lab trying. When the labels wouldn't give you a chance. I'm going to say about getting JT on here, we're going to do an interview. And when I say, you know, he been everywhere. He been everywhere. 2023 is the season to get in your bag and stay in your bag. And don't let nobody come take you out of your bag. 2023 is the season to get in your bag and stay in your bag. And don't let nobody take you out of your bag. I'm going to say it again. 2023 is the season to getting in your bag and staying in your bag. And don't let nobody take take you out of your bag. All right. So we got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about Don Russell to the booty house. Them motherfuckers mad at me now when I said that. We're going to talk about Don Russell. Hey, what up, Levi for Kelly? Where the hell you been at? We're going to talk about Don Russell. Hey, Gospel Glam, what's going on? You ain't shoot nobody on that road, did you? Matter of fact, I'm glad she popped in, man. I do want to say a prayer at the end of this live for all the truck drivers. And in about a week, y'all job is going to become extremely hard. And I want to pray for you all that God protect your mind, because y'all about to lose jobs. Y'all about to walk away from stuff, man. This is about to get bad. So I want to pray for y'all. Also, the folks that's doing things on their channel, Fantasia is doing a hell of a job with her crafty hands and stuff she's doing. Please, let's go support Fantasia. Let's not let nobody else out support our own. And that includes me. So I'm not going to ask nobody to do nothing that I'm not willing to do myself. Prima Donna. Let's support Prima Donna pastries. It's on the side of holidays. Instead of going to go buy a Little Debbie box, go get some daggone cookies from Prima Donna. From what Big Boy said, he wanted to kill everybody in the house when they touched his cookies. So they got to be good. From what CT say, Chris Starry say, oh my God, the cakes is this, the case is that. I don't even want to hear no more from that dude. And that's my brother. I call Chris Starry my brother. I don't even want to hear him talk about how good the sweet potato pie and the cakes is. Look, I don't want to hear no more of that. Because now I'm jealous. But I will be ordering a Cookie Monster tomorrow. And I'm going to taste test the Cookie Monster on live for y'all. So don't get mad at me. Okay? We going back to where we were fun. We going back to what made everybody want to be part of us. Now that we weeded out all the bad apples, we going back to us, and we going back to the Saturday night block party. And we doing that. And we going back to the midnight talk Friday night, aka put it on the table. Oh, we definitely doing that. And we going back to the Sunday night church talk, what the church won't talk about. We going back to that. We going back to the Friday night, Friday movie night. We going back to that. So we going back to things that made us great. And we going back to the Taco Tuesdays starting next week. We going back to us. Before we got into all the beefing and drama and sidetracked and stuff, we going back to what made us great, and we saying, fuck everybody else. Plain and simple. However, something came up, and it's dear to me. And I'm going to tell you why it's dear to me. My city is hurt. And I did all this advocating and everything in Chicago, right? I did that for R. Kelly, right? I think it's time that I put a rally together in my city. And if it's going to be done in my city, it's going to be done right. So I'm going to reach out to the marching bands. We're going to do this thing right. We're going to make some noise. I'm talking about shutting down blocks, shutting down businesses, making people come out and see exactly that all the youth in Baltimore is not bad. And I think it's time for me to get ready to return to BCJJC. I've been fighting against this because I've been wanting to go back home for a while because I feel like it's something there for me. It's something more there for me. So a story that came out, right? Story about the Squeegee Kids. Is there a link for Malik? What? I just started, Malik. What's up, Malik? There's a story about a kid, and we call them squeegee kids, right? At the age of 5, I remember going to the gas station asking people, "Hey, can I wipe down your windows?" And they'd say, "With what?" And I pull out a squeegee and I dip it into some dirty water. And I hit the windows. Then I get some brown. I don't know if y'all had them in your time, but I would get some brown paper towels. And I had some Windex and I spray it on and I use both hands to get them off. But there's a dark side to living a squeegee life. When people infiltrate, you got to fight. Sometimes you got to hurt. You got to maim people. Sometimes you can talk it out and just let it be. But then you have folks that, for some odd reason, when you ask them for help, or when you ask them, can you help them? They come off at you wrong. They turn their nose down, or they turn their nose up. They talk to you like you dirt. A person who is coming from an environment that always get turned down in their life sometimes might not know how to react to being aggressively adjusted to. Let's say that part, right? Adjusted to. It's a case in the city that's making headline news everywhere. And a headline say, case of squeegee kid accused of murder will remain in adult court, judge rules. I know some people say, well, he got what he deserved. Nah, I beg to differ. But what you see here is not an R. Kelly case, but it's a political stunt. Now, now I'm laughing because I looked at what Malik just said, man. It is crazy because it's time for the real OGs to go back. It's time for the real ones who thumped and bumped. And I'm going to say this. Andre, I need my green and yellow ISU shirt. If you give me the off, I'm coming. If you tell me I'm going back to ISU, I'm coming. But this case is clear to me. And I'm going to be taking calls throughout each and every last point that I make. This live is going to be long as hell. I'm going to tell you that now. Because I want people to call in on every segment. And I got 5 segments. And I'm giving each segment an hour. I miss my dream team as a whole. I don't get to bring commentary this early no more because of my job. So I'm taking every advantage of this. This is my daytime, nighttime live. Anywho, this right here is crazy because this job you see back here, this building, it really made a lot of people that was in poverty. It gave us a way out. We got to drive what we wanted to drive. We got to live where we wanted to live. The only problem is we had to slang and bang some youth. Sometimes we had to restrain some adults. And we had to put up with the hard stories. We had to listen to the Priya stories. And for an interview to be given in front of here, something major had to happen. So I told y'all about our former prosecutor, right? State's attorney. I told y'all about her, right? I told y'all about that already. I don't know what just happened. Okay. I told y'all about her already. Marilyn Mosley. Marilyn Mosley gave the guy Tavon Scott a plea deal where he would have had to be in this building, which is a jail, it's a juvenile jail. He would have to be in this building until he's 21. From 14 to 21. That's juvenile life. Now, look at this. The judge today rejected that plea deal from her because she's no longer there. And that's because she fought against the system with the Freddie Gray trial. They now want to try Tavon Scott as an adult. And I know some people be like, oh, well, it's fine. Try him as an adult. Well, here's the problem. Only thing I'm saying is if you're going to try him as an adult, we need to try every police officer that does injustice to every youth as an adult and hold them accountable. Every police officer that picks the leaders of the youth of the community and have the leaders selling drugs for them, they should be held accountable too. That's the way I'm going. The officer that killed Sean Suter should be held accountable. So let's read the story. A judge ruled Thursday that a squeegee kid accused of murder will be tried as an adult, not as a juvenile. The Baltimore City State's Attorney Office offered the defendant, 15-year-old Tavon Scott, he was 14 at the time, 15-year-old Tavon Scott, a plea deal. Scott was to plead guilty to manslaughter in exchange for the case going to the juvenile system, but Circuit Court Judge Charles Dorsey, which is an asshole, rejected the deal. Scott was originally indicted on a charge of first-degree murder. This is not the end. This is the beginning. We're up to the challenge, said J. Wendell Gordon, Scott's defense attorney. The hearing at the Baltimore City Juvenile Justice Center lasted several hours as victims' impact statements were read. Journalists were barred from attending the hearing, and sheriff's deputies blocked access to the courtroom. Security was so tight, some members of the defendant's family were not able to attend. Deputies also barred reporters from sitting in the building's public waiting area. This is what it looked like. The family of victim Timothy Reynolds opposed the deal and said he should be tried as an adult for first-degree murder. Both the defense and the victim's family held multiple news conferences this week to press their case. Defense attorney Warren Brown said Thursday that tensions were high and he hoped the judge did not make his decision based on emotion. In July, Reynolds, who was 48 years old, got into a confrontation with a group of squeegee kids at Conway and Light Streets. That's downtown Baltimore for the people who don't know. That's downtown Baltimore, and that's a highly trafficked area. Cars are coming constantly. But look, he got into a confrontation with a group of squeegee kids at Conway and Light Streets, armed with a baseball bat. Watch this. Reynolds was armed with a baseball bat. Reynolds crossed busy Light Street to confront the boys. Now watch this. Conway go north and south. No, I'm sorry. Conway go east and west. Light Street go north and south. Right? You got to cross Conway. Then you got to cross Light Street Annex, which is like a little alleyway, but it's like a street. So you primarily going approximately a football field and a half to go and confront some boys. Watch this. Reynolds swung at the group. He swung the baseball bat at the group because they were, asking people, can they wipe off their windshields and stuff? Squeegee kids, that's what we do. We ask, can we wipe off the windows? And you give us whatever donation you want to give us. But he did not hit them. Still, the intent was to hurt one of them. You swinging a baseball bat, you trying to hurt somebody. But he did not hit them. Police said one of the boys threw a rock at his head, police said. Then as Reynolds stumbled and moved away, police said Tavon Scott, who was 14 years old at the time, proceeded to shoot him 5 times. The case drew national attention and caused some city leaders to demand action on the squeegee kids issue. I have a question, and I'm going to say this, because I'm not going to supersede over an hour with this. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Hit that link. That's the link. Hit the link. It's going to be pinned to the top of the chat. Hit the link. Everybody have the call-in number. The call-in number is 404. It's right there. That's the call-in number. I want to hear your point of view about this. Hold on. That's the call-in number. I want to hear. Cut down your playback, Malik.
Tanya joined.
Cut down your playback, Malik.
We good?
Yeah, we good.
Hello.
Hey, Tanya.
Hello.
Hey, Malik.
All right. Hey, hold on.
Wait. One at a time, because I want to hear both of y'all opinions on this. So one at a time. Let's have a group discussion. Anybody want to call in? You can call in. Anybody want to hit the link? And you can hit the link. Let's go, Malik. Let's start with you.
All right. First, I'm going to say thank you. I don't have mixed opinions on it. I definitely think he should be tried as a juvenile.
Okay.
I got 17 years with DJS.
Right.
I understand you want the big homies back. Because I have more details on the story, and I've seen the video that you haven't seen.
Okay.
I know the ins and outs, the outs and ins.
Okay.
I could see them offering him rehabilitation if he didn't do certain things.
Right.
His mom got on TV and dad was like, my son. But a lot of the details that you don't have, that you're not privy to, is he was 14. And what happened was the gentleman approached him with a baseball bat. It wasn't his first run-in with him. He swung the bat and the gentleman walked away.
Okay.
The young man then went to the book bag, put the mask on, and shot him 5 times in his back.
Okay.
So everybody, especially Brooke, I hope you're listening, Brooke, because I told you what was going to happen. It was self-defense. You can't be self-defense if he's walking away. That's first.
Facts.
Second, if he was in fear for his life, why'd he put the mask on?
Facts.
If a burglar breaks into your house and your sidearm is on the nightstand, you're not going to the closet for nothing. But if you go to the closet to get a shirt, are you really in fear for your life?
Something to think about.
Third, they put Warren Brown on the case off the bat because I know the history of Warren Brown.
And we already know what he does.
And I know Marilyn Mosby, what she was into and jammed up. I knew how this was going to play out.
Watch him out with that.
Okay.
I'm joking, but watch him out with that.
First of all, let me say shout out to the founders of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, because the day they founders day.
Come on, man.
Now,
the day of Founders Day. Yes, it is. Okay, cool.
Let me go back to it.
I'm gonna give a tribute to them at the end of the day, even though you know how I feel.
Okay.
But and because our brother and you
So
and
let's get back to it, because
okay.
This is the part I want people to realize. Maryland doesn't have an adult system of corrections, meaning they don't rehabilitate you in the adult system.
No.
They house you.
Right.
The juvenile system really houses you because they're going to give you an Xbox, the PlayStation 5. They're going to give you the Uptown Cold Cuts, the half and half chicken box. You're going
to also have a rehabilitation part too.
Okay, now.
We don't have that here in Jersey. We don't have that here. We have a juvenile system here in Jersey, so.
Okay.
Hold on for a second, Tanya. Hold on.
Now, Miss Tanya, because he's worked there, and let's be clear, the children, the youth that we had 10 years ago are not the youth of today.
Facts.
So when Brooke was like, well, what about all the kids you was able to help? It's a difference when you know Lil John do B&E, or he do GTA, or he sell dope. When you know what they do, you know how to meet them. Clearly, this little kid had no guidance because of what he did. He was out there. He was the youngest one out there. So his purpose to being out there was, in case of emergency, was to be to grab the gun. Because as a juvenile, he would get the least amount of time. Now, thinking about all that, at 14, you shot a man 5 times and hit him 5 times? So when they start teaching you how to shoot a gun?
Well, you know, Malik, let's keep it a buck. Oh, you know what? And before I give my rebuttal, okay, let's let Miss Tanya speak her piece.
Hello.
How you doing?
Yeah, we had juveniles here in Jersey run them up. And the juvenile system here in New Jersey is not the best, but it's the only one we got. We've had kids out here shooting it up the joints, you know. Back in the 70s and 80s when I grew up, I'm 56, you know, it was all a Wild West, you know. It was a Wild West back in the day. Right now, this is a different generation. I mean, when rap started, we didn't have nobody shooting no guns or nothing like that. All you do was rap and big dance. We don't have that no more. You know, we used to have the YMCA, the boys club, girls club, all that stuff. But right now, it's a different generation than that I used to grow up in. I really don't know what happened.
Well,
hold up, Malik, because now I got to give my rebuttal. Let me give my rebuttal. I heard what Malik said, and I heard what Miss Tanya said. Now, I'm in between both of their generations. I'm in between you and Malik generation. Let's go here. The generation that Malik talked about is not the same generation from 10 years ago. The generation that you, Miss Tanya, talk about is not the generation from 20 years ago. However, you asked what happened. And I knew where Malik was about to go, but I got to get my rebuttal real quick. What happened was the restructuring of the youth, meaning the long-term goal was always the short-term gain. We put a front and say, oh, let's get them to school. Let's do this. Let's do that. But we cut all resources that gives them the incentive to go to school. As me and Malik could tell you, if I didn't have a basketball or football, or if it wasn't no girls at the school, I wasn't going no goddamn school. I was going wherever I can hoop, play football, or flirt. That's where I was going. So when they cut the recreation programs and start giving more funds to police officers who in turn comes to the hood, get the most influential kids and say, look, you never had $7,000 a day. You get rid of this pack, you'll get $7,000 a day. If you get caught, mention my name or have them call me, I come slide you up out of there. But they never gave you due process of the whole thing. And the due process is you can never get out. You got to continue doing what I want you to do. If not, your family or you die.
You know what?
Go ahead. Okay.
Back in my day, in the 60s, in the 70s, I was born in 66, 70s, 80s. And you know what? There used to be the Boy Scouts, the Girls Club. I used to play tennis back in the day, hitting the ball outside the school building because we used to belong to a tennis club. And you know, that was good. We had clubs, the golf club in my high school. It was mostly a mixed white, almost all white and a few blacks in my school. So I had to survive that karma, you know. But I really don't know what this generation is, Dana. But you know, kids is not like the kids you and I grew up in. And you know, I hope it's not a lost cause. But I just came up here to say hi to you and we'll talk about on my show, Hammer Nation Funk. You can come on over.
Got you. I surely will.
Yeah, they got that Daryl Brooks. I did a rule. He was acting up in court, Dana. He was telling the judge this, and the judge said, "Don't be back anymore. Well, don't be over there then." He was acting a fool. He wouldn't let the judge speak. He was looking at the judge like this, Dana.
I'm gonna cover that tomorrow. So come back on tomorrow.
Yesterday. Okay, I'll see y'all.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, he's gonna be somebody's poking stick. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So Malik, so what you say?
The last comments of the participant are not the same comments of the host nor anybody else on the panel.
Stop, Malik. Stop, Malik. But anyway,
hopefully, think that was a bit much. But
right. But anyway, let's get back on topic of. Yeah. But
in all honesty, the juvenile system is definitely not set up for rehabilitation because you don't have the program that they were sending them to in Colorado, which was Glorinda. You don't have those same programs that they were shipping them out to, kind of like the Gridiron Gang, when they were shipping them out to like Iowa to go play football in these a JUCO style programs. You don't have that anymore because the money is not in reform. The money is in housing.
So
you do realize that they wanted to build. They just built an extension to BCJJC.
No, I haven't been down there lately.
The old BPRU,
yeah,
is now BCJJC 2. Yes.
How?
Yes.
How?
It's been like that for maybe the last 4 years.
So BCJJC can't staff that though.
Yeah,
that got to be corrections.
It's BCJJC. They have that staff. Now I'll even give you one better. The old boys' home on Woodburn, down the street from the Woodburn Center,
right,
is now
where everybody used to run away from.
Yeah, it's now another BCJJC building. another DJS building.
Is it DJS or BCJJC?
That is all under DJS. That's all under DJS.
Come on, yo.
Yeah.
And nobody is trying to stop this
because the money is in housing.
But when I was at BCJJC, we had reform.
Okay.
And we take them to education, and from education, and we had group study, and we had people coming in, and we reformed these kids, bro.
Okay, now I can't remember his name. The same dude who ran the basketball program,
Keith Johnson.
Okay, he's still there. Ain't no more basketball. Yeah, he's still there.
Keith is still there?
Yeah, he's still there.
Shout out to Hollywood Next. What up, Next? Hey, Leanne.
The basketball program, no more. They not doing it.
So what do they have for them? Yo, you can't have kids sitting there 24 hours a day and not doing nothing, bro.
Listen, yo. They're doing none of what they used to. I'm telling you. Everybody who had a hand in them doing that, I can't think of the name, and that's probably good because you shouldn't name names. Little short brown skin clean cut dude always wore the bow ties. He not there. The tall chick who was his assistant, she not there. All of them are the only two. Stuff a lot. Keith is still there. Miss P is still there. And one more person that you will remember. Everybody else is new.
So you really have them and you really prepping them. And I can't say for Baltimore City. So you prepping them to go to diagnostics, and then from diagnostic, and you prepping them to go everywhere else.
They are being prepped. They are being prepped. No, I'll tell you one better. They are being housed to become permanent residents in the adult system.
Oh, man. So how you take the basketball curriculum from them?
I think
that's all you have is ping pong now.
I think the program got pulled. I think when one of the other teams from another institution came, it was a real big fight.
You got the staff there. Bro. Oh my God, bro.
Listen to me, yo. It's so bad. It's so bad now that
man, fuck this.
I think, and I might be wrong, don't quote me, they don't even have the day and evening reporting center. Remember when kids got out of school? They don't even, that's that program done. They don't even have the extended home monitor program. They don't have the DRAT program. They don't have none of them no more, man. The only thing he did was with the Rex. And here's the problem with the Rex. You don't have them big homies in the Rex no more. You don't have the monies in the Rex no more. You don't have the blacks. You don't have the Sam Cassell. You don't have them folks coming back like that. You don't have those people who were from Baltimore who gave back. You don't have Warren Dixon brother hanging out on Monument Street talking to the little kids no more. You know, they have totally.
So you mean to tell me Phil is not on Monument no more?
Nah, man. I'll even give you one better. I believe Phil retired and Phil has moved to the Carolinas somewhere.
So, this is so hurting, man. This is so hurtful. So you can't ride the horses. You can't ride the dirt bikes. No more BNBL. No more Project Survival.
I'm gonna do one better.
No more Pop Warner.
You still have that, but I'm getting ready to tell you how bad it is. And I know you didn't know this, because had you knew this, you would really be disheartened. At this year's Poly City game, you know a major
Don't tell
fight,
me a fight.
a major fight broke out between the two coaches.
Not at Poly versus City.
The major fight broke out, and both teams got suspended from the last game, the playoffs, and the potential of the kids not being able to pursue scholarship offers right then. The two coaches, each coach was from actually the rival schools, and they had a rival going back 20 years.
From Pop Warner.
From them, from each other.
From Pop Warner.
No, they played with each other in high school. The coaches in their early 40s. If you go on YouTube, you'll be like, oh my, a real live fisticuff brawl. And each team, the two teams, the players tried to break the coaches up.
So wait a minute. And this is what I'm talking about. I'm looking at a press thing now where an officer from Baltimore get less than 2 years for killing an unarmed black man in Baltimore City, right? But then I'm looking at Tavon, and they trying to give this nigga everything in the book.
60 years.
What?
Yeah. What the officer, what happened with the shooting? Now you got.
I just cut the computer on and it says it. I'm not even.
So okay.
I'm not even mentally at the point of looking at that, man.
Okay,
but,
so I'm gonna bring you all the way up. If you because you mentioned Sean Suter,
right?
They did a series after that called "We Run This City."
Right.
Have you seen it?
Of course, I seen it. It was on HBO Max. It's We Own the City.
Okay, right. We own, we run.
And they try to make it seem like he committed suicide.
Right. In this series, if you watch and you pay close attention, the dude who played Dookie in The Wire,
right,
tells you it wasn't. He was killed. He tells you subliminally that it was a hit.
Of course.
Okay.
Trey Cheney.
Okay. After that, locally, you had ten officers of the upper echelon, meaning lieutenants or above, retire early, and you had 2 lieutenants who were brought up on charges of stealing time. A documentary came out after that about they were showcasing the lieutenant in the Southern District, female, who just got a promotion to captain, and how much she has done and how much she plays a part in the community. Only to find out that her 2 lieutenants were stealing time on her watch. The Baltimore City Police Department is so corrupt.
But the DOJ said that. But the DOJ said that we have the most corrupt police department in the world.
Okay. In the month of September or October, they had 30 some new candidates apply and go in to the police commission, the police academy. They had 45 officers quit or retire.
Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Something ain't right.
Brandon Scott, he refuses to focus on that. On top of this squeegee thing, Last week, he finally released his Squeegee Kid initiative. There's 6 zones to which they can't squeegee. All 6 zones are downtown Baltimore in highly populated areas to which they would make money. Conway and President, by Fisherman's Wharf, right at the bottom of 83. All those areas they can't squeegee.
No, but that's not about that now.
Oh.
That's now about they don't want that type of population down there. They don't want us in the city.
Oh. Bingo. But guess where they can squeegee at?
Monument and Gay.
No.
Harford Road, Poplar Grove.
No, Park Circle.
What?
North of Pennsylvania.
I wonder if I run for mayor, how much of pushback would I get? I was talking to Duncan about this, and Duncan told me that I would get killed probably my second year as mayor because Baltimore is so corrupt that the way I would do things, it would be the right way, and they wouldn't want that. But I'm looking at it now like our forefathers gone. Murdoch, gone. Duty, gone. Herman Johnson, gone. Bucky Lee, gone. They all gave us what we needed to continue the legacies in the city.
Okay, so going that way, let me say this to you. The topic came up and somebody asked me one day, and we was in law. I think I was at the league, and they asked if I could bring back a mayor, who would I bring? My 2 choices was Sheila,
Kurt Smoke,
and O'Malley.
Kurt Smoke. Fuck O'Malley.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that is because what he did to his mistress is bullshit, bro.
Now take that out. Take that out of the equation.
I can't.
Okay.
Because if you do it to her, you'll do it to anybody else. Okay. And no matter how good and you was jumping out of U-Haul trucks and jumping out of limos on people, and no matter how good you was at making people say, yo, I don't want to hustle on this street, because if O'Malley come through, you already know.
Okay, so
I'm looking at your character, bro.
Take your personal feelings and put them in your ass for a second. Listen to me.
Well, guess what? If I take my personal feelings and put them in my ass, it still give me a brain. And my brain is telling me if he did it to somebody that he was fucking.
See, that's your personal. That's personal.
He'd do it to me.
See, that's personal. That's personal.
And we ain't even going that route.
But that's personal.
It's not personal.
Let me ask you a question. As a mayor, right?
Good.
Did he not have crime totally different?
Facts.
Did he not?
I give you all that. I just said that.
So is the issue who he was screwing or what he did as a mayor?
No, watch this. It's not about who he was screwing. It's the act that he did to the person that he was screwing.
Listen to what I'm saying to you.
Wait, check it. And I'm about to go there with you. What he did as a mayor is one thing. But, and no matter his downfalls as a mayor, when you take that mayorship and run it through your personal life and really run amok and force somebody that refused to get rid of your kid, when you have her damn near killed under your watch as mayor, that falls under mayorship. So it's not personal at that point.
So let me ask you a question. So you do realize if that's your thought, right? And that's your feeling?
Facts.
Everything you say about your man makes no sense.
Everything I say about who?
Your man. Everything you just say that you listen to me. It's the same thing.
See, here's the thing. Everybody want to go back to that, right?
Listen, I let you rebuttal. I let you speak. Let me speak.
Go ahead.
I said to you, if you take your personal feeling out for what he did personally, you can't take away from what he did as a mayor, his profession, his job. He held it down.
And I said that.
Right.
You
but
ain't listening.
What you said was...
And you ain't listening.
No. What you said was, it's not that, but if he had his mistress almost killed, what would he do to me? That's personal.
Listen, you ain't listening. I said about the mistress. I said, if he did what he did to his mistress, I didn't want to go out there and say everything, but I gave you a little nugget of what he did.
I know
while he was, listen, while he was in office, while he was on the clock. Now, if he would have did it off the clock, it ain't nothing nobody can say it. That's his personal life.
So, technically speaking.
But he did it on the clock.
No. So,
and then wait a minute, Malik. Wait. Because now I'm going to address what people always try to throw up in my face about my man. Check this out. If I was there to see R. Kelly do some fucked up shit, I would have told R. Kelly that's fucked up.
You wasn't there to see what the man did.
Watch this.
You got
Watch this. Watch this. Do you know I got secondhand or not? Or do you know if I was on that detail or not?
Well, I'll tell you one better. I know you wasn't on the detail because it wasn't on the clock. He had her ran over in New York.
First of all, I'm not talking about that event.
You're talking
I'm talking about the event that happened on 83, Malik.
No, the event that you.
If you get your head out your ass, maybe you know some things that I can address.
Dana, the only two events everybody are concerned about. So what happened on 83?
I'm not talking about everybody.
What happened on 83?
I'm not talking about everybody, and Malik, that's your problem. You worried about what everybody else say. I don't give a fuck about what nobody else says.
Because I don't give a fuck who he fucking. That's not
exactly.
That's not what he did his job. He did his job.
Yo, I'm not gonna argue with you, okay?
He did his job, Dana.
All right, okay, cool, Malik. Cool. You got it. What I'm not gonna do is argue about it. That's what I'm not gonna do.
You can't take nothing from his job.
I ain't taking nothing from his job. I just put facts out there. And that's the problem. People want to live in their own perspective instead of living in facts. And then they want to throw, everything you said about your man. Well, guess what?
So we clear.
Well, guess what? Since everything I said about my man, since we want to go that route, because you said it twice.
Check this out. I'm not.
If it was something, no, man, and you can't slide out of this one, brother.
I'm not sliding out. I'm not sliding out
of this one, brother.
I'm not.
You said out your mouth. You said out your mouth. Everything you said about your man is this. Well, guess what? Check this out. Was I with O'Malley 24/7? No. Was I with Robert 24/7? No. But when you know character and you've been around these people long enough, you know what they will and what they won't do. And second thing I've always learned, and this came from Martin O'Malley, you never say what a motherfucker won't do when they under the gun. So therefore, you can't tell me I'm wrong for placing fact over feeling because I don't have a feeling about it.
I'm telling you, his personal life has nothing to do with what he did professionally.
All right, Malik.
Professionally, as the mayor, he had crime down. He had everything under control.
I said that.
Right. So then you
ain't listening.
No, I listened. And what you did was you negated the fact of how good he was as a mayor because he tried to have his mistress killed. They don't have nothing to do with each other.
Watch this. This is why I say you don't listen. Because I said he was a great mayor. I gave him all his accolades.
And then you tried to negate it by saying
I gave him all his accolades, and before I gave him that serum, like nigga, you did all that on the clock, but then you did this on the clock. Have you heard the term? You can do a million great things, but when you do that one fucked up thing, it negates everything you try to do positive.
No, it don't. And what is probably called, it's called fluff slam. The psychology term is fluff, slam. You built him up only to negate it by saying you didn't like what he did in his personal life. They're not the same, Dana.
Watch this. Let's go here. Because see, what you like to do, Malik, is you like to take things and then make it fit your narrative.
It's no
instead
narrative.
No. This is what you do, Malik.
It has nothing to do with his personal life.
And Malik, you like to let it fit your narrative. So this is what we're going to do. Because I'm about to move on to the next situation. So we're going to come back and we're going to revisit this, me and you. Whereas that I don't have nothing else to talk about. Just me and you. And we're going to trade as many shots as we're going to trade.
It's no shots, Dana.
Okay? So here's the thing. You're not understanding where I'm coming from. I clearly see where you're coming from. But your opinion to the answer was Martin O'Malley and Sheila Dixon.
Right. Just like they saying in the chat. His
Right.
personal life has nothing to do with the narrative.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's fine. Evidently, I can debate that all day. But anyway, those were your answers to the question. Those are your opinions. I can't get mad at you because that's your opinion. At the end of the day, before you even and before both of us go there, because we both can go there. At the end of the day, your opinion is those two. I pick one of those two and I say Kurt Smoke. However, what happened to the squeegee kid and the decision is unjust, but it's just. It's a double-edged sword. At the end of the day, we can trade shots about who the best mayor was. That's the key word, was. The motherfuckers ain't coming back. So instead of trading shots on yesterday, let's go ahead and build on tomorrow. So me and you, we're gonna do another live.
Minus, did you really type that?
Me and you, we're gonna do another live about that. Okay, but I gotta continue on. So I'm gonna get you all because now I'm about to jump into this R. Kelly situation. And I'm glad you led me up to that. So we're gonna do another live probably late on the night where me and you can go shot for shot.
We're not doing shots. It's I'll tell you what. I'll meet you in the backyard, little bro. Love you all, man.
All right, let's go. All right. Shout out to Malik, man. This is how we talk. This is how we go at it ever since we knew each other, since we were young. You know what I'm saying? But I pray for everybody involved in that squeegee kid situation. I don't like it. I think it's whack. I don't like none of that. So next thing's next. I went live last night and I broke down some things. I had some distractions. And then you have the number one distraction. Jump on her community wall and put this up here. Here's my thing. And I said it many times. I said it many ways. I said it many places. This is my channel. If you don't like what go on my channel, don't bring your ass to my channel. But the problem is you need commentary. You don't have none. And your homie was just booked. So while you saying Mr. Kelly has been locked up going on 4 years. I'm pretty sure everyone has figured out what it is to know on what caused his incarceration. Continuing to blame people still doesn't make you look good. Okay. Well, you not having commentary don't make you look good. You trying to rewrite an internet book about somebody who don't give a fuck about you don't make you look good. Make it make sense, young lady. Then you said convincing people of whom you are doesn't matter at this point, especially when some like you and some don't. I'm glad you said that, because I never asked any of you to like me. And the people that like me, the people that rock with me, are the same people that I like and rock with. Have you heard the term like-minded people rock with each other? So it doesn't surprise me that you rock with a modern day crook. It doesn't surprise me that you put yourself and said, me, myself, find it hard to believe that Don Russell put every one of those chicks on the stand to testify against Mr. Kelly. But you heard Don Russell come on different platforms and give you the rundown about all of them and say, I can do this to them and this and this and this and this. You heard that. But you negated that because you don't want to believe that Don Russell is that type of person. What you believe, Don Russell the muscle, that's what you believe. Dana J just trying to bully Don Russell. Then you said, find the truth at that. Oh, I've put it out there. Then you said telling old stories for survival of the tube is strange and weird. Now, I'm glad you said that. Because one thing about it, two things for sure. Not to toot my own horn. Not to toot my own horn, but I can come on here eating a cheeseburger and get more views than you get. So I'm not fighting for survival. Let's keep it real. If I ran this the way I used to run it, you wouldn't have 2 people in your chat. So I want you to do one thing. And that's this right here.
I just need you to shut the fuck up, cause nobody asked you, bitch. I need you to shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Just shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Bow, bow, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Bow, bow, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Bow, bow, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Bow, bow.
And for the people who don't like what go on when I defend myself after being attacked,
if you don't like what I say or do, pretty please for your sake and mine,
do what?
Unfollow me.
I'm not going to lose no sleep. I'm not going to lose no sweat. So, while you on that much, the separation that goes on these internet streets is real. People got mad because me and Hollywood Next ain't beefing. People got mad because me and Brooke ain't beefing. People got mad because me and Levi ain't beefing. But y'all the same motherfuckers that ran and called Prima Donna Prima Ho. She dumb as shit. She this and this. But then you go on her community wall and post this. Prima Donna, I don't understand why you are involved with Dana J. He is involved with Larry, and he is not for R. Kelly. He is an informant. I think you are smart, but you are involved with this liar. Okay. Now, you do know I can have this IP address pulled, right? You do know this is slander, right? So, in what way am I involved with Larry other than communicating with him when I wanted to, being on the same internet with him. And when I was filming in Vegas, I went out there and met the man face to face. And y'all niggas got mad because I got a tomahawk steak and some shrimp. Make this make sense. Y'all got mad over tomahawk steak and shrimp. Now, I know prices going up, right? And I know your EBT cards can't get as much as y'all used to get. But to try to run amok on me, do you realize me and Prima Donna talk just about every day? Do you realize that the same soup y'all doing is old and stale and it can't be warmed over? So while y'all trying to inject yourself, right? While y'all trying to inject yourself, right? Understand this. I went to Vegas to film on my radio on my own dime. Nobody paid nothing for me. And young lady, why are you going over there lying on me? Do you pay Prima Donna bills? Do you pay my bills? I don't think not. So while we living rent-free in your head, can you go get some furniture for that small ass apartment that you got for us in your head? Cause y'all looking bat ass crazy. Y'all can't look what y'all already are. I get it. I get it. You know what I'm gonna do for y'all? I'm gonna put y'all on an altar and I'm gonna pray that God is speedily give you some wisdom. Cause y'all dumb as two damn rocks that sits on a log and think they're gonna cross the goddamn river. I just don't understand how stupid people are. I'm an informant, but you don't see me in no type of paperwork as being an informant. Make it make sense. I'm an informant, but I'm one of the I'm one of the 6 primarily bloggers that hold R. Kelly down. And when I mean hold him down, I mean we fight for him hands, tooth, and nail, 10 toes deep. And the 6, 3 is only in this sector. 4 is in this sector, I'm sorry. The other 2 is in another sector. And the 4, Dana J, Levi, Prima, Hollywood. And the other 2 is in another sector. So where's the informant? I know where the informant is. If you go back and look at a certain channel, you'll see he popped up on that channel not too long ago and only had things to talk about 2 people. So you tried it, but you didn't succeed, so try again. Now, let's move on. Right along in my automobile. I told you, these people are just dumb. I mean, like stupid dumb. Dumb for no reason. I don't get it. Why are you that dumb? And then the first thing they say is, oh, Dana and Hollywood attacking us. They're attacking us. Well, I'm going to give y'all a remedy. If you don't want Dana and Hollywood to defend themselves, do yourself a favor and leave Dana and Hollywood names out of y'all mouths. leave Dana and Hollywood likenesses out of y'all mouths. And then it won't be no problem. Don't start nothing. It won't be nothing. Static. Ain't that the name of that song? Do I got any old school in here? Ain't that the name of that? No static, static. No static. And don't start nothing. It won't be nothing. Static. Well, anyway. I'm just saying. Don Russell to the booty house. This is why they mad. But guess what? Didn't I tell y'all this 3 years ago? And if I was a certain blogger or wannabe blogger, aka stalker, I'd be terrified. Because he got 20 months on one charge and he don't have an extensive background. Uh-oh. So with an extensive background, they're going to OD. They're going to OD. Here's the next topic. And the call-in number's there. Also, the link is at the top of the chat. If you want to call in, call in. If you want to jump on, jump on. So let's go there. Defendant sentenced to 20 months in prison for stalking R. Kelly victim and her mother. Earlier today in federal court in Brooklyn, Don L. Russell was sentenced by the United States District Judge Ann M. Donnelly to 20 months imprisonment for his participation in a scheme to harass, intimidate, and cause substantial emotional distress to Jane Doe, a victim in the Eastern District of New York racketeering case, okay, against Robert Sylvester Kelly, also known as R. Kelly, and Jane Doe's mother. Russell, a self-described manager, advisor, and friend of R. Kelly, harassed and threatened Jane Doe and her mother after Jane Doe filed a civil lawsuit against R. Kelly. Russell continued his harassment campaign after it was clear that Jane Doe was a victim in Kelly's criminal case in this district and would likely testify against Kelly. So here's my question. I asked this question 3 years ago, almost 4. And I'm going to spin the block and I'm going to ask the question again. Do you believe that if Don Russell would not have did this to Faith and Miss Kelly Rogers, and if Don Russell would not have called in that gun threat, Robert Sylvester Kelly would not have a case in New York? Put yes if you believe that. Put no if you don't believe that. Prim in the building. If you believe that would, matter of fact, let me dumb it down for the slow people that's in the lawn but that can't get to the chat. If you believe that if Don Russell ain't never inject himself into Robert Sylvester case, there would not have been a New York trial. Hold on. Hold on. Hey, kid. I love when you do good things for people, how people come back and, you know, bless you with some things. So the answer is yeah. Thank you. So for the slow people that ran with Don Russell ain't going to jail because he ain't do nothing. Don Russell is the muscle. And then let's talk about informants. Didn't the government say majority of the stuff that they charged Rob with came off of Don Russell's phone? I'm just trying to figure out something. So if most of the stuff that they charged Robert with came off of Don Russell's phone, how the hell is Dana involved with this shit? Because I put the hammer on the nail, because I did what a lot of people didn't want to do. And let's go here. I got to shout out Hollywood Next, because she was the first one to have Don Russell on her channel. And I was the first one to come behind that interview and go off on her channel. And I put everything that the government has said out there on her channel. Then when the indictments came, once again, Robert had a 6-week trial. If it wasn't true, why Don Russell cop out to a plea? If it wasn't true, why Don Russell turned state on R. Kelly? I've come to the point and a conclusion that people don't like the truth. But then I'm going to go deeper into this. The reason why certain people are mad that's from Chicago is because Chicago believes that Chicago problem is a Chicago problem. And should nobody from the outside and be shining a light on a Chicago problem? Well, if Chicago people did what they were supposed to do, it wouldn't be nobody having to shine a light on a Chicago problem that's from the outside. Fact is facts. See, I've come to see that Chicago folks can try to shine light on everybody else. But when light is being shined on them, they don't like it. Get your ass out the shadows. We ain't playing shadow games, because the God I serve loves the light. Now, if I have to go into the shadows to bring you to the light, I'll do it. Because I don't fear anyone. I don't fear anything or any situation. So, if Chicago was so pressed about R. Kelly, how was he able to walk the streets after he did what he did to R. Kelly? I'll wait. Because in Baltimore, that wouldn't have happened. In Baltimore, that wouldn't have happened. You ain't going to turn state on one of the pillars of the city and think you're going to walk the city streets? Hell no. Hell no. So I told y'all this day was coming. And it's only going to get worse. Now, for the people that told me I was lying, I'll wait for you to go on your live and say, you know what, Dana, you was right the whole time. I apologize. But I'm not going to hold my breath, because the right thing to do, y'all not going to do. But y'all will be quick to do the wrong thing. Make that make sense. Now, let's go here. I never seen a bunch of women that cap for a pedophile. Don Russell's a pedophile. And people telling me, oh, you can't say that. Okay. Don Russell 36 and his baby mama was 16, 15. What is that? If you're going to call R. Kelly one, why can't you call Don Russell one? You gonna get mad at R. Kelly because he was 26 and they were 17 of age, you mean? 17 or 18? I'm just saying. If we're gonna have this conversation, let's have it for real. Let's not play along with it. Since nobody wanted to call in and I was dragging my feet, we're gonna move right along. Let's go there. Motion for new trial pursuant to Fed R. Crim P33. And this is not in order. Now comes the defendant, Robert S. Kelly. See how they have his name? As a corporation. By and through his counsel, Jennifer Bonjean, and moves this court to grant a new trial where defendants' due process guarantees were violated. When the government's expert, Dr. Daryl Turner, gave perjured testimony that the government failed to correct pursuant to its obligations under Nate versus Illinois case law. 1. Federal Rule of Criminal Procedure 33 provides that the court on motion of a defendant may grant a new trial to that defendant if required in the interest of justice. The Seventh Circuit has interpreted the interest of justice to require a new trial in situations on which the substantial rights of the defendant have been jeopardized by errors or omissions during trial. United States versus Kuziner case law. Unlike Rule 29, Rule 33 confers broad discretion upon a trial court to set aside a jury verdict and order a new trial to avert a perceived miscarriage of justice. But such discretion should be exercised sparingly. United States versus Sanchez case law. Hold on. I gotta find the papers. They are not in order. Here we go. The government's expert witness, Dr. Daryl Turner, testified as a so-called child sexual abuse expert at defendant's trial over defendant's objection. Dr. Turner testified about how offenders groom their victims and further testified about victimology and counter-initiative behaviors of child sexual abuse victims. Dr. Turner's testimony was relied on by the government to explain away the victim's failure to report or disclose sexual abuse in prompt fashion and was critical to the government's theory of inducement. According to the government, Dr. Turner's testimony was necessary to explain to the jury why the victim's conduct was not inconsistent with sexual abuse and why the jury should credit their testimony. In a written motion, defendant objected to the testimony as unreliable and questioned inter alia Dr. Turner's qualifications and basis for offering the proposed testimony. On October 27th, 2022, the government disclosed that Dr. Turner gave false testimony at defendant's trial. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. On October 27th, 2022, the government disclosed that Dr. Turner gave false testimony at defendant's trial. That the government knew of the false testimony and failed to correct it. Specifically, AUSA Pozzolo disclosed that Dr. Turner testified that his hourly rate was $250 an hour. Transcript number R579. When his contract executed prior to trial reflected an hourly rate of $450 an hour. Dr. Turner further testified that prior to testifying, he spent 2 hours preparing for trial and had charged the government accordingly. According to an invoice dated on August 17, 2022, a day after his testimony, Dr. Turner charged 6.5 hours for trial preparation and billed the government accordingly. Exhibit A, AUSA Pozzolo's disclosures. 5. AUSA Pozzolo's letter reveals that the government knew that when Dr. Turner gave false testimony about his hourly rate at trial, that his testimony was false. As the record reflects, the government did nothing to correct Turner's testimony or appraise the jury that Dr. Turner had not testified truthfully. Furthermore, the day after Dr. Turner's testimony, the government knew that Dr. Turner had misled the jury by about the number of hours he spent. Okay, 3. The number of hours he spent working on the case to minimize any precipitation of a financial motive. Again, at no point over the course of the next 3 weeks of trial did the government make any moves to correct that testimony or appraise the jury that Dr. Turner had testified falsely. 6. The Supreme Court, The Supreme Court has held that a conviction obtained through use of false evidence known to be such by representatives of the state must fall under the 14th Amendment. Nape versus Illinois case law. See also Giglio versus United States case law, in which everybody uses the Giglio material. That's where they got the Giglio material from. A new trial required where government failed to correct false testimony by key witnesses about a benefit he received for testifying, and the prosecutor should have been aware of the falsehood. The same results obtains when the government, although not soliciting false evidence, allows it to go uncorrected when it appears. Nape case law. When a conviction is obtained through the knowing use of false testimony, it must be set aside if there is any reasonable likelihood that the false testimony could have affected the judgment of the jury. 7. In the case at bar, the government's case, particularly as to the inducement counts, turned on the credibility of the complainants. The government bolstered the credibility of the complainants through expert testimony of a witness who knowingly gave false testimony and misled the jury. Hold on. And misled the jury. The government, by its own admission, knew that Dr. Turner gave false testimony and declined to bring the falsehoods to the attention of the court, and more importantly, to the jury. Had the jurors known that Dr. Turner actively misled them, the jurors would likely have rejected his testimony outright. A reasonable likelihood exists that Dr. Turner's false testimony affected the judgment of the jury in terms of crediting Nia and Pauline about why they delayed reporting the alleged sexual conduct with defendant, whether the incidences happened. Hold on. That's 3, 4. Whether the incidences happened at all, and whether the alleged incidences occurred when the complainants were under the age of 17, as they allege. Absent Dr. Turner's testimony, a reasonable likelihood exists that defendant would have been acquitted of at least the inducement counts. 8. Accordingly, defendant is entitled to a new trial. Conclusion. For the foregoing reasons, this court should grant defendant a new trial. Okay. So what do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that at all? Or if y'all think about anything of that? Somebody tell me what y'all think about that. Somebody tell me what y'all think about that. Robert should put a lawsuit in now. Okay. Mm-hmm. Hold on. You're live on the Dana J Show, caller. How can I help you?
It's Judah. How you been, Dana?
What's going on, Judah?
Man, now I done watched a couple of interviews for a whole week, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at Aaron Hall. Now, Aaron Hall got a girl pregnant, probably at 16. She ended up having a baby at 17.
That's not true.
Then about it. Oh, that's not. So the girl lied on him.
Yeah, she was 18. This is the same thing Robert going through. Aaron Hall was a test dummy, and then they perfected it on Robert. But go ahead.
Wow. And then I was looking at what's his name, Danny Boy from Death Row. I don't know how true this is, where he said him and Mary J. Blige went together when he was underage, and I'm like, okay, what is going on? So we have to separate from what's true and what's not true, because these people out here is trying to drag people down to hell, man.
Well, I'm gonna say this, and you know, Danny Boy is my boy, right? That's my that's like my real life friend.
Wow.
So what I can do is I can hit Danny and see if he want to come on for an interview, and then y'all ask them questions to him. But I dare not answer for him when he can answer for himself.
Right.
Because I don't know nothing about that, so I'm not going to speak on something I don't know nothing about.
Right, because they after our people, man, and it's crazy. And like I said, they need to go and let Robert out and go let him go and file that lawsuit while he in there, because just about what you read, and they got violations all through there.
Oh yeah,
it's all through there.
Oh yeah. Wait till you see what I'm about to put up on the screen.
Oh, okay.
Wait till you see what I'm about to
let you go. I'm gonna continue watching.
All right.
All right.
Shout out to Judah. But with me, there's always a weather before the storm. So hold on. You're live on the Dana J Show. How can I help you, caller?
What up?
Oh, what's going on, bro?
Man, nothing much, man. I caught you on here. But I caught you reading the part about this doctor, this guy that gave a false testimony or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But you look at the charges, like it's only further proving things that's been said for over the last 3 years. It shows that the government paid for conviction.
Yeah, and it also shows
all the way from the witnesses to the grand juries to the specialists, everybody who was in concert with them, they paid for these people.
Mm-hmm. In both districts.
Right.
And
go ahead. It's crazy, man, and people be so caught up into the wrong thing. Like somebody asked me, what can we do? If people could come together and point out the real issues and bring awareness to the real issues at hand, then we could make a change. But y'all, all this study want to justify who this person is, who that person is. It's about kills. Well, we thought it was about our killing, but we see now it ain't about our killing, because when people are doing good work and bringing the awareness and putting people in the right direction, then those people are attacked.
Facts.
So all people have to do is sit back and look. Why? If y'all was lying, y'all wouldn't even be relevant. If people like you, Hollywood, Prima, you know, Levi, myself, others out here working. If y'all were lying, why would y'all be even attacked? Why would people be worried about y'all?
That part right there.
That's two different battles. But the simple fact that you all do the work that y'all do and y'all making it make sense, bringing the logic, you know, this is crazy, man. But the only, you know, if people want to understand what can we do to bring awareness, we need to collectively come together and let our voice be heard. You know, what you do with Hollywood, Prima, you know, the individual voices is one thing, but when you come together as a collective, that's when you're going to make the statement.
That will be a hellified ticket right there. Me, you, Prima, Hollywood, Levi. Who will be able to stop that?
It's you can't, because I mean, honestly, man, people want to create a lie. If you misword something, they just say, "Oh, it's a lie," but it's a miswording or something. But people are so hungry for the negativity. You can speak hour worth of positivity, and you can say one thing that has one thing off subject. That whole hour of positivity that you put out go unheard because they glorify the one thing. Right.
Or could it be that's what they were put here to do?
Of course. Look who they defend. Just look at the people they defend. How can I'm gonna say this because I know you into your commentary, but how in the hell you can defend somebody? How can you defend two people when one of the person is against the other person that you defend? Make that shit make sense.
I mean, look, if they ain't want to believe us when we said it, the boy mama came on here and told everybody. So who do you believe now?
The mama spoke, these people that spoke it out their own mouth. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be for Kels, but you tell the motherfucker, well, he gonna get you, and that's just as, I mean, for me, I listen for bullshit when I hear bullshit, but to hear this man say, you know, I'm holding his stuff until he get out, I'm gonna need 10 to 20% for, you know, for whatever I did to hold it. So that means tell me, you know, the case against him is bullshit.
Mm-hmm. And he helped stack the deck.
Right.
But then when he when he got under pressure, he started naming other folks.
Exactly, and that's what happened, man. With pressure bust pipe,
and I kept
he got all these people included in this shit.
And I
don't know no Richard Arline or the Williams dude.
Right, and I kept saying it, but I said, "Yo, them Chicago dudes can't function under pressure." That's why I keep saying I don't care how y'all put it. R. Kelly ain't from Chicago, bro.
Nah.
R. Kelly is not from Chicago. I don't care what nobody say. Because every Chicago person I know cracked under pressure, bro.
But Michael Jordan.
And you know what? He cracked in a good way under pressure because truth to be told, if you look at Jordan's special, he said he was scared when he went against the Bull. I mean, when he went against the Pistons.
7-6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said he was scared.
Him and Isaiah still don't speak to this day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy though, bro. You know, you've been doing good work, man. You know, they try to knock you off your swell, man, because you're doing good things. Just like Prima, just like Levi, Hollywood. Everybody, see, they liked it when Hollywood and you were beefing, and Hollywood and Levi, you know, they like that. They don't want to see unity, man, and this is a part of the problem that we've been seeing for 3 years.
And and here's the crazy thing. The real unity is felt. It's not said.
Mm-hmm.
And the real subscribers that's for Rob, they can feel the love and the unity. And when Hollywood come over here or I go over there, or when we go to Prima, or when we go to Levi. You feel it. It's genuine.
That's facts, man. I heard Hollywood yesterday for a little bit. I was on here, and she called you when they when Lily was trying to get you off track and told you like, and that's what it has to be, man. You can't let these people gonna come in trying to sidetrack you because that's what they're paid to do.
And I appreciate Hollywood
why
for
you
that.
on here. Yeah, she did a good thing. I couldn't get to the phone, because I would have said a lot of times I'd tell you like, man, you gotta stay on your game, man, because they gonna come. Anytime you doing something positive, they gravitate to it to try to derail the movement or derail the situation. So that's why I tell people when I'm talking the way that I talk, I'm gonna talk and say what I'm gonna say. I address the other shit at the end because if I stop my message, stopped in the midst of my message, then everything I said before then, people ain't gonna remember that. They just go, oh, they got the argument. Boom, boom, boom. This person came in there. Now everybody talking about the argument instead of the message that you were trying to put out.
Right.
So it's important that you get the messages out. And, when people gonna say what they want, people gonna feel they've been calling you a liar. They've been saying you don't know, care. All these different cliches they've been saying for the last 3 going on 4 years. But then they turn around and say, hey, it's me, this person. I met you through Dana.
Man. Hey, Joy. I was with Dana at court, and Joy said, I talked to Dana already. Yo, that's the stuff that make these people mad, because they be like, oh, we can't run with that Dana J the mole thing, and because we already said that Dana J don't know him. Well, ask your question is, how did y'all get to meet him?
Hey, I'm gonna say this before I get out here. Hey, if Gerald Griggs ain't never do nothing else, he told us.
I'm telling.
That shit he said to Sylvia. That shit he said to Sylvia in that courtroom.
Gerald Griggs said, I know Dana. I know what he do. We watch him. Dana's entertaining. We like him. But who are you? And then she said, and then he said, yo, we know Dana gonna record. But we don't know you. So I get how the narratives be, oh, Dana J is with the other side. But wait, but they said that Doug got Don caught up, as Prima said. Prima said that dumbass MF telling folks Doug got Don caught up. Please show who was looking Don up. Well, you clearly see Sylvia right here is the one that provided the videos, her and her friend. That's why I sit back and laugh. At the end of the day, this is why I told all of them over there. I said, yo, we'll package it and I'll send it. Because when the heat come, I can take it. I know why I'm doing it. But do y'all know why y'all doing it? If you don't know Robert, then what is your beef with Don? Make it make sense. You feel me, Vi? Oh, Vi phone must have went out. Vi.
I'm off this weekend. What's up, bro?
Yeah, like I was saying, I told everybody, yo, matter of fact, we'll package it and I'll send it because I can take the heat about it. If you don't know Robert, why are you going against Don? Because you don't know what this is about. That's the problem. I know what this is about. If Don to be truthful, Don will tell you why me and him beefing. And it don't got...
He tried to say you a nobody or he don't know you, but then he turned around and talk about the confrontation that y'all had at the gym.
Man, I'm going to put it out there. I showed the letter last night. If you go look at my live I did last night, I put it out there. I did a letter for Robert that would have held up in court, right? and it would have put the spotlight everywhere else. But because Don had a different agenda, at first Don had a partnership with Angelo and with Tim. Now, if you pay attention, when I did that live, but I had Angelo, Tim, and all of them on there, and when Angelo and was mad at Larry, if you remember, I asked Tim 2 questions, and the dummies didn't realize what I was asking Tim, so they ran with, "Oh, he had Tim Savage on there, and he didn't scold Tim Savage." No, you don't scold your people. You ask a question. And the question that I asked was, did you see any evidence of Robert Sylvester Kelly mistreating your daughter or dogging her out? He said no. I said, well, how did you get that information? Asante gave it to him.
He said 87, whatever that baby girl, whatever that
Right.
was.
That's Asante McGee. Okay, now you got to look at the intent. Why would Asante McGee come and give Tim Savage that type of motivation to go after R. Kelly because his daughter was dead? Because Robert told her, do not dress in booty shorts around my guests. But you got
just her. I mean, he told all of his female friends that, female lady friends, that they couldn't wear certain clothes, revealing clothes around people that came in the studio.
Facts. But this was an isolated event. This was an event where she really wanted Robert. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show something real quick. She really wanted Robert, but it wasn't that type of part for Robert. I'm gonna show something real quick that a lot of people might not know about. Let me see. Bam. This is what caused all the drama. That's all you got to do is decode it. And she said, I will always love Robert. I will always love R. Kelly, no matter what others may say about him. I defend him like he's my husband. I wish, laugh out loud. And you see the date. This was in 2010. You see the date. So when somebody is that hoe-strung about another person, and they that thick about another person, and they get rejected, what is the next thing? You run a smear campaign.
Mm-hmm. But even if you look at the charges, though, like what you just said, that this fool got a 16-year-old girl pregnant, whatever. You go back to Demetrius, it's like everybody's being, R. Kelly is being charged for crimes that everybody else committed.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
All right. Well, we'll look. If you testify against him, or you cooperate and give us some information against, some anything that you may have, because none of the information is credible. Man, I tell people, you really have to sit here and think about this shit in its totality. This man has been found guilty in situations where they have no goddamn evidence to support none of the charges they even found guilty on.
Right. And just like Prima said, he had his own evidence, right? Make it make sense. He could free R. Kelly, he said.
Right. I got what it takes to free him. Everybody said, why you ain't freed him then? I just got to get in the hands of the right man. But when he heard Greenberg talking with you, he got furious. Oh, I tried to talk to Greenberg, but he don't want to talk to me.
That's the problem. And see, and that's how I can pinpoint everything. Because at the end of the day, that's all you got to do is take a step back and look at people's actions. Mm-hmm. Don is out the way, but who's carrying on the mantle of Don? Sean. Make it make sense.
If you go back to Andrew Wyatt, who did he say was in place?
Facts.
Those people right there, they little circle of people.
Facts. That's all.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way, bro. If I'm your brother, if you the artist, and I'm part of your entourage, and somebody bring us Mesero, and Mesero, we need to get you out. And they say, Mesero say, I need to clean house, so I come in and take care of it. Ain't no goddamn way.
I got one better for you. And this is something that should have made everybody think. How you be brought in to destroy the defense fund, but then you turn around to be a PI for the man defense fund that you destroyed.
Facts. And then you're a PI with no fucking experience. And you have no other person that you have did private investigation work for.
Then he say,
Not one.
Then he say he was in the military. The Navy National Guard is nothing but a glorified adult ROTC unit. That's not a real goddamn National Guard. I mean, that's not a real a Navy squad unit. The National Guard is not the honestly, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. The National Guard, let's go here, because now it's about to get confusing. The National Guard was the elite squad before they got demoted to the baby squad. The baby squad are steps to see if you want to get to the big squad. So the National Guard is for folks that if they need you to go to war and they draft you, they'll pick you first. But you ain't going, you ain't do no basic training. You ain't do nothing else that any of them other soldiers had to go through.
But you did get fired on your first date.
That's a fact.
Well, man, hey, bro, keep doing what you're doing, man. I love you, man. Stay consistent. Stay on these people next, man. Shout out to the Dream Team chat. Shout out to everybody who's out there really in this thing in support for Kels. I get ready to go get my son out of school, but, man, look, man, free Kels until we see Kels, and that's what we yelling, man. That's it.
Facts. Let's do it. So these are things that, hold on. And then he said Dana's a Cohen, meaning he's more Mason than military. Oh. Wow. I'm not a Mason, so I don't know that Mason talk, but one thing for sure, two things for certain, what I do know is that a Mason is not supposed to use Mason terminology on somebody who's not a Mason. I do know that. So let's get back to it. Jennifer Bonjean. And she said, "Dear counsel, at trial, Dr. Daryl Turner testified that his hourly rate was $250. See 8/17/22 trial at 579. His contract executed prior to trial, however, called for an hourly rate of $450 per hour. In addition, at trial, Dr. Turner testified that prior to testifying, he had spent 2 hours preparing and had charged the government for the same amount. And the enclosed invoice dated August 18, 2022. However, Dr. Turner requested payment for 6.5 hours of testimony preparation work during an October 19, 2022 call. Dr. Turner confirmed that he had spent approximately 6.5 hours preparing to testify in this case. Please do not hesitate to contact me if you have any questions. Very truly yours, John R. Losh Jr. Wow. Wow. So the government agreed to, whoa. This is crazy. This is crazy. Yo, it's no. Data security contract clause for contracts involving PI1 of 25 or fewer individuals. Jesus Christ. That's talking about firewall. This talking about the scope. The expert witness shall submit all invoices directly to the contracting officer by emailing invoices to. Oh my God, bro. This is bad. Item number NA funding line 1, obligated amount $9,800. Account code JMD-2022-0311 XDIR-JC7. Yo, are you serious? Albert W. Cook, contracting officer. So they paid this man to lie. This is crazy. Wait a minute. All PI1 data must be deleted from all contractor-owned devices within 15 days of contract termination or contractor completion. The contracting officer CO must receive a written certification either via email or letter that the contractor has deleted all PI1. This bulletin outlines approved method of data destruction. Please see Appendix 1, which begins on page 26. All files related to this project and contractor-owned removable media, such as removable hard drives, flash drives, CDs, or floppy disks containing DOJ data, shall not be removed from DOJ facilities, either physically or electronically, such as by email, unless encrypted using a NIST FIPS 140-2 approved product. Please note that this requirement refers to transferring information between systems and storage devices, such as back and forth between contractor and DOJ attorney, while paragraph B above applies to data while it is on your computer. Ooh-wee. And they gave a confidentiality agreement. The contractor recognizes that the USAO has and will have law enforcement interests, as well as non-privileged information obtained from federal agencies and employees, and other proprietary information, collectively information, which are valuable, special, and unique assets of the USAO. That's crazy. This is crazy. This is real crazy. The disclosure. Okay, let's look at the disclosure. Okay, electronic forms. Oh, wait. Submit Pozzolo. Expert witness purchase order. United States of America. 8/12/2022 testimony prep 3.5 hours at $4.50 an hour. 8/16/2022 testimony prep 3 hours at $4.50 an hour. Yo, what the hell? 8/16/2022 travel 5 hours at $2.50 an hour. 817 testimony, 8 hours at $4.50 an hour. 817 travel, 5 hours at $2.50 an hour. Total due $9,025. Thank you for your business, Daryl B. Durner did. This is so wrong. This is so wrong. This is so wrong. And I'm going to go here. Anybody that gloats over this, something got to be wrong with them. Something got to be wrong. Because you can't gloat over something that's wrong. That's crooked all the way around the board. So not only were the jurors coerce, induce, and all that. It's just they were, man, it's just wrong. It's just wrong. Hold on. Yo, you live on Dana J Show. How can I help you?
Man, my bad. I had to call back when you just read that shit. Now, people out here talking about folks on YouTube eating off of Robert. Now, you tell me who really eating off Robert.
The government.
Man, these people, they fight against the wrong motherfucking people, man.
Yeah.
They fight is against the wrong people. They listen. You listening to who eating off of Robert?
Yeah.
Man, it's crazy out here, man. But when you read it, I said, I got it. Let me call right quick. Listen who eating off Robert now. They talking about us people on these platforms who getting paid 1 cent. Less than 1 cent per fucking 10, 15, 20 views. But a man could go work for 6.5 hours and $10,000 for 20 hours of work.
That's a lot of bread, bro.
Come on now. Man, y'all, man, them people better wake up, man, for real. The fight ain't against the people on YouTube. Go ahead and finish doing your thing, man. I just had to call and say that.
No problem. Hold on. Hold on. All right. Look, we up to the last part. Go get you some water or something, because I'm about to read this paperwork. Some paperwork just dropped on our super fan, and I'm about to read it. Okay? I'm about to read it. I can go on and on about that. That's another day. I'm about to drop some paperwork on a super fan. And then I'm going to show you something that's going to make you think. Not something that's going to make you say whatever, but something that's going to make you think. Okay? So, go get something to drink. Go get a snack. I'm about to go get a snack and something to drink, and we coming back at it. All right? Let me leave y'all with a song. Leave y'all with a song. Leave y'all with a song real quick. Here we go.
Drop top two seat of me and my boots. Gucci. Drop top two-seater, me and my Gucci. Drop top two-seater, me and my Gucci. Drop top two-seater, me and my Gucci.
I rose through, candy apple guinea on them. Gucci vest, white tee, Nike's matching on them. Chicks trying to catch, I throw a couple dreams on them. It's the weatherman and I'm about to rain on them. Drop hits on them, magic like tricks on them. And they could never be me cause I threw a hex on them. I got a Benz truck, a Maybach, yellow two-seater Bentley like a lemon drop. Rinse 100 grand, chest about 300 grand. Identify me when you see me, pop that rubber band. Used to look at chicks sideways since a young boy. Had a crush on that dollar ever since a young boy. Now life's a candy store as if I was a young boy. Living life fast lane, rolling in them big toys. To the White Mall, in them suburbs. About to buy it all and take some numbers.
Drop two-seater, me and my Gucci. Drop top two-seater, me and my Gucci. Drop top two-seater, me and my Gucci. Drop top two-seater, me and my Gucci.
I'm in hot pursuit, cause I'm a paper chaser. In that coupe, switching lanes like I'm speed racing. Speeding like a drunk on the weekend. Crash the club like, what we drinking? I just blew one and man, I'm feeling so right. Look in the rearview, my lining looking so tight. I got a hood chick, but all she wanna do is fight. I got a model chick, but she stay higher than a kite. I walk up in the club, you would think I froze time. Been a player, man, ever since the street sign. Jacob got $1 million, face on it watermelon. Contracts up, Kel's about to make a killing. I ain't only in the game, pimp, I'm running it. Fourth quarter, give me the ball, bitch. To the White Mall, in them suburbs. About to buy it all and take some numbers.
Drop top two-seater, me and my Gucci. Drop top two-seater, me and my Gucci. Drop top two-seater, me and my Gucci. Drop top two-seater, me and my Gucci.
Yep, I'm bragging, I got a lot of hoes. Yep, I'm bragging, I got a lot of clothes. Yep, I'm bragging, I got a lot of cars. Yep, I'm bragging, bitch, I'm a superstar. And yep, I'm bragging, I got a lot of ice. Yep, I'm bragging, got stunners on at night. Yep, I'm bragging, I'm balling in the club. Yep, I'm bragging and I don't give a fuck.
Drop top two-seater, me and my Gucci. Drop top two-seater, me and my Gucci. Drop top two-seater, me and my Gucci. Drop top two-seater, me and my Gucci.
Yep. We going there. We going there. So you know, his public defender filed pretty much she wanted to get off the case. She said it's too much. She want to get out the case. The government come back. The government said, hell no, we won't go. You got it, you deal with it. So now here's what her reply is. United States versus Christopher Gunn, 22-CR-314. Dear Judge Gonzalez, I am writing briefly to reply to the government's motion in opposition to Mr. Gunn's venue motion and to renew the defense request for oral argument on the motion. After making the oral argument request at the last status conference, the government submitted its brief in opposition, the content of which provides further reason oral argument is appropriate here. And that response brief, the government largely focuses on a legal argument that Mr. Gunn did not raise. Whether the United States Attorney's Office in the Eastern District of New York should be disqualified. Government res at 5 through 7. This is a straw man. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Stop. Wait. Hold on. Hold on. Did she just say that? Did she just say that? Hold on. Wait. Bob, where you at? For the people that get on here and said they don't have legal standings, did a public defender just come on and say this? She said, this is a straw man. Mr. Gunn isn't moving to disqualify the USAO, but moving to change venue. Unlike a self-serving attempt to use a threat to disqualify an office that is already prosecuting a defendant, or to disqualify a judge that is already presiding over the defendant's case. Mr. Gunn is not charged, with making any threats against any entity that was involved in a case against him at the time of the alleged threats. What? So who is he alleged of making threats to? The AUSAs, right? Which are entities. She sounds crazy as hell. On the contrary, the allegations in Mr. Gunn's case relate to statements made almost 9 months before his arrest. So, as the case cited by the government states, a defendant cannot be permitted to use a plot or threat as a form shopping device. And Rainbowski, this is not making sense. And I'm going to tell you why it's not making sense. Because her counter is not going against the AUSAs in their private capacity. She's trying to combat them in their public capacity, and the government is protecting them, being the 11th Amendment, in their public capacity. This is crazy. She just made herself look stupid. Oh my God. So if the straw man wasn't real, why are they talking about it? If the straw man ain't real, see, this is what I like about cases like this. Because they mess up and say things, and then you can go back and use it, and they be like, oh, well. But wait a minute. What not called a conspiracy theorist for debunking the straw man? And now, because of this, I'm going to show some stuff that's going to make people run with their heads cut off. But the legitimate concern has no relevance here. This case does not raise any perversive incentives. You sure about that? That a defendant could threaten a prosecuting AUSA or presiding judge to remove them from the defendant's pending case. Watch this. If he didn't threaten the AUSA or Ann Donnelly to try to sway them in whatever their decision was, or to remove them from the defendant's pending case, then what was the point of Rainbowski threatening them then? Now you're going into a mental case now. Is she trying to say that Mr. Gunn is mentally retarded? It's killing me, because by her saying this, now you're trying to say that he have no recollection of what he's doing. Boy, boy. Then she said, here, because there was no case pending against Mr. Gunn at the time the alleged threat was posted online. There can be no suggestion that Mr. Gunn was trying to form shop. What are you doing, lady? And oh, Jesus. I'm going to shut my mouth. She's hurting him more. But I'm going to shut my mouth. I don't give a fuck. That's him, not me. I can point something out, but I ain't going to do it. Instead, the USAO and the Eastern District of New York chose the form, believing its own employees were victims of a threat. So they wasn't? It chose to prosecute Mr. Gunn in its district. Facts. They the victims. That's where it was done at. Well, no, it was done in Chicago, but it was towards the people in New York. As explained in Mr. Gunn's moving papers, that presents a strong potential of prejudice. How? Or the appearance of prejudice. How? To Mr. Gunn and a conflict of interest. How? His public defender is not answering that. Right cited by the government in the footnote, government resolution at 7 is instructive, as Judge Vitalino explained. A member of the Eastern District family is the alleged victim. The potential witnesses with their Eastern District roots are all familiar by name and nod to the personnel who would staff any trial of this case in this district. Whether there is any palpable presence of uneasiness accompanying such an assignment misses the point. The point is whether the criminal trial of the defendant, staffed by such personnel and literally in the victim's home court, will appear objectively to be on an equal footing, fair and just. United States versus Wright. Okay. That's fair and just. But here's the thing. Dabrowski is not a victim. He's the attacker. So why would you want to give the attacker home court when the victim didn't ask for it? You know what, EJ? That's why I ain't saying nothing. I'm just gonna read this one. You know what? I ain't breaking nothing else down. Fuck that. Whether or not the 3 specific AUSAs mentioned in the alleged threat are still working at the Eastern District of New York, USAO today, as in Wright, they are people with Eastern District roots. As they each worked in the Eastern District of New York, USAO, for over a decade. Are surely familiar with the courthouse staff and would be testifying literally in their home court. Additionally, Judge Donnelly, a current judge in this district, has issued a memorandum stating that Mr. Gunn threatened her and threatened to storm the Brooklyn Federal Courthouse. Well, I'll be damned. What the memo of June 24, 2022? God damn. Yo, they gonna lynch him. As in Wright, the potential of prejudice to Mr. Gunn or an appearance of prejudice to Mr. Gunn is reason on its own that this court should grant Mr. Gunn's motion to change venue. Hell no. If they ain't change R. Kelly or Don Russell venue, hell no. Keep his shit right there. This is especially true when considered in conjunction with the more common Rule 21B factors. The government addresses the Rule 21B factors only briefly. Government resolution at 8 through 9, failing to comment on United States versus Turner, number credit case law. I ain't gonna read all that. Or explain why it is not a persuasive precedent mentioning Mr. Gunn's current inability to participate in his own defense only in a footnote and conceding that Mr. Gunn's residence is admittedly a factor that favors transfer of venue. The government also incorrectly states that there is no dispute that the events at issue all occurred in the Eastern District of New York. Government resolution at 9, instead, the location of events factor favors no particular outcome. The charges related to a video posted online rather than events occurring in a specific location. Finally, the government suggests that the change of venue will be drastic, government resolution at 9, but fails to explain why. It is not, as the government explained at the status conference. The prosecutor is new to the case. The agents are still attempting to figure out how to do responsiveness review of a large quantity of discovery. This is why she wants this case to be transferred out. This is the reason why. The agents are still attempting to figure out how to do responsiveness review of a large quantity of discovery. Well, R. Kelly had to do it, so why can't R. Kelly Jr. do it? What makes R. Kelly Jr. any better than R. Kelly? What makes R. Kelly Jr. any better than R. Kelly? If the authentic one had to do it, then the imposter wannabe definitely should have to do it. Then it says, and the defense has not begun that review. Whoa, they haven't even begun looking at it. Oh my God. If they got a large quantity of discovery, they should have been jumped on that, but she admits they haven't even begun to look at it yet. Oh, that means she have no intent on defending him. And this, oh my God. Jesus Christ. If doing too much was a court trial, she came out and said they haven't even looked at the stuff yet. Junior hairline gone or burnt off. Right. Wait a minute. Yo. At this point, I will look at the mirror and be like, run. If they got a large quantity of discovery and they haven't even begun to look at it yet, that will be, man. Then she say nothing is lost by a venue transfer at this stage. While Mr. Gunn's ability to exercise his constitutional rights to participate in his own defense and to have a fair trial are gained. But wait. All right, I done helped them. Now I'm about to throw the government a bone if they watching. If you remember the first status conference, when Daboski said, can I do my trial now? And this lady, Miss Allegra Glasshoward, said, no. Let me talk to him. At that point, you took his case. Now, when you seen the discovery, now you want to throw him back to somebody else. Man, just tell the truth, lady. You don't want to deal with the bullshit. And I don't blame you. Therefore, I urge this court to hold oral argument on the change of venue motion and to grant it. I say the judge say hell no and throw this motion out. This motion sucks. Now, here's where you catch people in lies. Lily came in here yesterday talking about, oh, Dana, did you do this? Did you do that? And it all came from Just Trash page, right? So when I put it out there that a lot of the people that she hang with now have her recorded, she overlooked that. She ain't talk about that. Well, y'all heard Sonya call Just Trash a scammer and a liar, right? And she have yet to address that. Well, I got somebody else, because y'all might not believe Sonya. Y'all might not believe me. But let me see if y'all believe her.
Me that Just Jazz is using my name to collect money from people, telling people that she's met me in person. I bought CMOS.
I'm sorry, y'all couldn't hear that. So now I'm gonna play it again. Here you go.
Just Jazz is using my name to collect money from people, telling people that she's met me in person. I bought CMOS from her. We're hiring Bill Cosby's people. None of that is true. I have never met Just Jazz. I've never bought CMOS from anyone in my life. I am not hiring Bill Cosby's people. I've never spoken to them. And I have never asked her to go to New York. And I've certainly not asked her to collect money from people to fund anything that she's doing, other than the Washington rally back in October and to make flyers for the Washington rally. Since then, I have not. The only thing I've asked Just Jazz to do, and the people that she's with, is to contact people in the media. None of her people, nor she, has done that. In 10 months, I have not gotten results with her. So I no longer work with Just Jazz. I work with other people who are not on social media. So Just Jazz, stop using my name to get money out of people. I don't work with you any longer, or anyone around you. And I've never asked you to use my name for anything. Especially not in the courtroom and around the court. Stop it, or the next message will be much stronger than this. You do not speak with Teresa. You do not speak with Bruce. You do not talk to anyone in the inner circle. If you have spoken with someone at the courthouse, it's because you ran up to them using my name. And I will have conversations with them about that. But stop using my name. Stop collecting money using my name. Do not put my name in your mouth for any reason whatsoever. I don't have anything against you other than I don't have anything against you, period. You just didn't deliver the work at the level that I needed done. So I deal with people that can do the work. And there's nothing personal. I just have work to do. I don't have time for bullshit. So do not use my name. Do not collect money using my name. And don't...
Hold on.
Me that Just Jazz is using my name to collect money from people, telling people that she's met me in person. I bought CMOS from her. We're hiring Bill Cosby's people. None of that is true. I have never met Just Jazz. I've never bought CMOS from anyone in my life. I am not I am not hiring Bill Cosby's people. I've never spoken to them. And I have never asked her to go to New York. And I've certainly not asked her to collect money from people to fund anything that she's doing, other than the Washington rally back in October and to make flyers for the Washington rally. Since then, I have not. The only thing I've asked Just Jazz to do, and the people that she's with, is to contact people in the media. None of her people, nor she, has done that. In 10 months, I have not gotten results with her. So I no longer work with Just Jazz. I work with other people who are not on social media. So Just Jazz, stop using my name to get money out of people. I don't work with you any longer, or anyone around you. And I've never asked you to use my name for anything. Especially not in the courtroom and around the court. Stop it, or the next message will be much stronger than this. You do not speak with Teresa. You do not speak with Bruce. You do not talk to anyone in the inner circle. If you have spoken with someone at the courthouse, it's because you ran up to them using my name. And I will have conversations with them about that. But stop using my name. Stop collecting money using my name. Do not put my name in your mouth for any reason whatsoever. I don't have anything against you other than I don't have anything against you, period. You just didn't deliver the work at the level that I needed done. So I deal with people that can do the work. And there's nothing personal. I just have work to do. I don't have time for bullshit. So do not use my name. Do not collect money using my name. And don't...
Good afternoon.
I don't have time for that. I don't have time for bullshit. Y'all better quit playing with me.
Stop. That's it. Stop, please. I hate when the spirit hit me because it's just too much going on. Stop. That's it. Stop, please. I hate when the spirit hit me because it's just too much going on. Stop.
Oh Lord, help me, Lord. Roll, Jordan, roll. Roll, excuse me. Roll, Jordan, roll. Look at my soul on the rise.
Why they so petty? Why they so petty? She not. No, she not. Wait a minute. Girl, she need to. Wait a minute. She need to be. Oh, you need to be shot.
Wake up.
You know the Catholic. I'll tell you something about
Chin! I know you fucking lying. Hit him.
That whooping me so bad, man. Going everywhere.
Girl,
And you want me to argue with you? No. You want me to argue? You want me to argue with you? No. I can't argue with you. So why are you out there making fake messages coming from Joanne talking about, I don't know Dana J and this and this and that? I told y'all she don't talk to them people when she don't know them. I told y'all that. So now you heard it from 3 people. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. But you know what I find funny about all this? All of them involved in that crazy stuff, all of them have a dark side that got something to do with hurting people. Let's read. Your silence will not protect you by Audre Lorde. I work with Dream Hampton, filmmaker, critic, executive producer of Surviving R. Kelly, etc., from 2013 until 2017. On the film tour for the documentary feature film Treasure, From Tragedy to Trans Justice, Mapping a Detroit Story, I was fascinated by her at first, captivated by her intellect. I was so infatuated with her that it caused me to overlook clear signs of there are darker components of my experience with her that I'll avoid sharing in this post, as she worked with other forces in an effort to hurt me. Oh, shit. She worked with other forces in an effort to hurt me. I am grateful for the experience and insight that I have gained from my journey with her. Nevertheless, it is my hope and prayer that no soul she encounters goes through anything remotely close to what she put me through. One's capacity to be abusive, cruel, destructive is not limited to a specific gender. I've been abused and mistreated by people across the gender spectrum, and #Dream Hampton undoubtedly left the most noticeable stain on the fabric of my life. I'm still, and this was stamped by Sip and Tell, but shit. Damn. Dream Hampton got a negative force like that? Jesus. So let me let y'all in a little secret. When you see people point out scandal media, and me and Prima laugh, me and Levi laugh, people tell on themselves. Now, we all know Don Russell uses scandal media, right? I'm going to show you something. You heard the PI come out and say, I'm not one of Black men to men. No, I'm sorry. You never heard him say that he wasn't one of Black men to men. But then I'm going to tell you, I'm now convinced about some stuff. Check this out. Anton was recently interviewed on YouTube by a convicted felon. Now, who's a convicted felon? An alleged federal informant who goes by the name of Dana J, who was also complicit in the alleged scheme. During that interview, Anton expounded on his participation in the scheme, calling it a defense fund, ostensibly for the purpose of helping Kelly with his legal fees. Anton stated that Kelly was aware of the money-raising efforts and very appreciative. However, Scandal Media spoke to a correctional officer at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in Chicago, who asked to remain in anonymity. Wait a minute. So they asked to remain in anonymity and not anonymous? The correctional officer said he asked Mr. Kelly about money being raised for him several months ago while passing out dinner trays to inmates in the special housing unit. I asked Robert, was he happy about all the financial support he's getting from the public? And he said he knew nothing about it and haven't received one dime of it. He told me his lawyers are on some bullshit, added the source. Now, this came out right before the change in New York came. So they lied to Robert, aka the fake PI, his wife, and the followers. They changed for Kanik, the PI, through getting sources there to help Robert. The PI didn't even show up when the verdict came out. Like I said, when people leave trail marks, it's easy to say they all on some bullshit. So with that being said, man, I'm about to get up out of here. Y'all have a great day. I'm thinking about coming back at 9 to address Dana J. child support situation, just so I can show people how stupid they look. I think I'm going to come back at 9 to address that. But in the meantime, I'm about to fry me some chicken. So y'all go ahead and have a good night, next 2 hours. And understand that God is good. God is merciful. And if you keep your hand in God's hand, you don't ever got to worry about fake friends or fake people that want to come in your life to gain or to eat off of you. Understand that without God, you are nothing. So keep your hand in God's hand and keep moving. I holler at y'all. But before I go, let's say a little quick prayer. Father God, in the name of Jesus, Lord, I know I'm not worthy to come to you because I am a vessel that's being used. Yes, I have many flaws, but I ask you, can you touch the truckers around the world as they about to embark on the worst days of their lives coming up? Lord, I ask you, can you give them a sense of healing? For the people that lost loved ones, I ask you, can you touch them and give them a sense of warmth and comfort and give them an easiness so that way they won't have to expound and dwell on the not living of their loved one. Lord, I ask you, can you touch the ones that's sick, the sick and the shut-in? I ask you, can you touch them? In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. So look, I see y'all 9:30. I'm out.
Swimming in you. Hey, little mama said I'm gonna take.
Love you back.
Dipping your pool. Just going for a little dive there. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's DJ Zay. It's 5 in the morning. I wake up to 5 for my yard. Yeah, in my mind is a warning. Pray to the one you're relying. I've been wandering all day. Try to be fine, but I can't be. The noise in my mind wouldn't leave me. Try to get by, but I'm burning. I'm behind. My mind, it runs. All these thoughts are troubling me. Fighting to give love my pain. Fighting to really need. I need to save my mind now. I really need Jaja. I really need to free mind now. I really need mine now. Oh yeah. This is the peace that you cannot buy. Sad me in love that you cannot mix. One is the joy that you cannot waste, and the other one price that you cannot fix. This is the peace that you cannot buy. Finding a way when you cannot see. Man with this system you cannot pray. I need to find belief. But behind my mind it runs. All these thoughts have double names. I need to give out my babe. I need to be down my lane. I might run into the other side when it's time to leave my life. Then it tries to take me out. Tell you what I need. I really need more now. I really need a free mind now. I really need I need